Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi has arrived in India for her first official visit since taking office last year. The visit comes at a crucial time, with 16th India-Japan Annual Summit all set to headline the agenda. This is her first visit to the country. The three-day visit will be headlined by 16th India-Japan Annual Summit, where Prime Minister Modi and his Japanese counterpart are expected to hold wide-ranging talks. The agenda spans trade, investment, defense, tech and regional as well as global issues, reflecting the growing conversion between New Delhi and Tokyo. So that is the latest we're learning as far as the visit of Japanese Prime Minister to India is concerned. India and Japan partnership today stands on a very strong foundation of the trade, investment, manufacturing. Japan remains one of India's largest economic partners, with billions of dollars in trade and investment underpinning a relationship that has expanded over the last few years. So let us tell you about the numbers as far as the ties between the two countries are concerned. To 27.5 billion bilateral trade in financial year 2025 and 2026, $3.2 billion Japanese FDI in India, 1,400 Japanese countries operating in India at this point in time, 50% of the companies in manufacturing. So that is the latest as far as the number game, the ties between India and Japan are concerned. 50% of the companies that are operating in India, as far as Japan is concerned, they are in manufacturing. Let's get you more details. We have another breaking update coming in. Prime Minister Modi and Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi will be co-chairing the 16th India-Japan Annual Summit, the key bilateral dialogue that will take place between the two nations aimed at strengthening the ties and the global partnership. The summit is expected to focus on expanding the ties in trade, tech, infra, defense, innovation, people-to-people ties, along with discussions on regional and the global issues as well. The two leaders are also likely to announce a joint statement outlining the future roadmap for the two countries, the cooperation building on the progress made during Prime Minister Modi's previous visit to Japan as well. Let me get you more details on this and go across to my colleague Akanksha Swaroop. This is the first visit of Japanese Prime Minister to India, first but a very important one. So take us through the agenda of this visit and what can be expected in the next few hours.
Right. So today is going to be a very crucial day, even though it's a three-day visit. Today is when all the action is going to be taking place, with Prime Minister Takaichi first receiving a grand ceremonial reception at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. And then we can expect that Prime Minister to be hosting Prime Minister Takaichi. That meeting will then be followed by a signing of a host of MoUs, followed by a business forum that will be taking place at 3 p.m., which is largely organized by Japan's external trade organization, or the JETRA. Now, there's a lot on the table. If the feelers are to go by, then Prime Minister Takaichi, in that op-ed she wrote for the Times of India, she's already highlighted how she hopes to build on Prime Minister Modi's visit to Japan last year in August, when Prime Minister actually met then Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru, and they had come up with a Vision 2025, which is all about, working on economic building on economic security, critical minerals, technology, pharma. But remember, we are also being told by Prime Minister Takaichi that she'll be prioritizing security in the Indo-Pacific. As we've seen, the current US administration has not been very focused on the Quad. It would be interesting to see how India and Japan can take Quad forward, even more so after the United States.
All right, we'll try and reconnect that line with my colleague Akanksha. In fact, a lot lined up during the day, and all eyes will be on that crucial meeting between the Prime Minister and his Japanese counterpart. India and Japan have identified a new set of sectors that will shape the next phase of their partnership. The focus is firmly on semiconductors, critical minerals, pharma, clean energy, information and communication technology as well. And although this is Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi's first visit to India, she is no stranger to Prime Minister Modi. The two leaders have already met twice on the global stage. Their first face-to-face meeting came on the sidelines of the G20 summit in Johannesburg, where trade and investment dominated the talks. The leaders then also met again at G7 summit quite recently in France, sharing the stage during the traditional leaders' family photograph that you can see on the screen. Prime Minister Modi has extended a warm welcome to the Japanese counterpart in a message on social media. He has said that he was delighted to welcome Takaichi on her first visit to India and looked forward to their discussion during the 16th India-Japan annual summit. So a lot lined up during the day, and all eyes will be on the meeting between Prime Minister Modi and his Japanese counterpart.